The Keystation 61 has been a big part of my channel since... hang on. The Keystation 61 has been a big part of my channel for a number of years. The question is it still the best in this price range? Welcome to Home Studio Quickies. This episode was inspired by this question. Do you think this keyboard is still good in this price range now? Do I have any other options now? Thank you. There are three things you want to consider when choosing a controller, and they're very important because everyone has different needs. Number one, what do you want? What are your space limitations? And number three, what are your production needs? Now we're going to look at how to discover this practically as we hop over to sweetwater.com. Not sponsored, by the way, but they are where I did pick up my Keystation. And they have an excellent way to search for products. So we're going to search by category. We're going to go right here, go down to keyboards, and there's this little section called MIDI Controllers, so we'll click there. Now what you're presented with is a perhaps overwhelmingly large selection of gear, but let's not worry about that. We have the filter section over here where we can refine our search. Now you can filter it by a number of things, including brand, price range, financing, and series. We're going to focus on price range since that's what the question was about. You can see here that $100 to $200 is where most of the controllers can be found, but we're going to set a price range here for what we want in the $150 to $350 price range. Okay, so we see this has given us a list of 73 products, and keeping those three questions in mind, now that we've decided on our price range, let's look at limitations. For the sake of this illustration, let's guess that we only have enough room for a 61 key controller. That's 5 octaves, that's plenty for getting started. So to compare apples to apples, let's just keep it on the 61 key models. Okay, and we have an Ovation launch key here. And the Keystation 61 because it's in the price range and also our question. And let's go with the Oxygen Pro 61, also by M Audio. So we'll hit compare. Now to start off, this section up here gives you a quick rundown of what each of these have. 61 note, 61 note, 61 key, they're all the same. They have 61 keys. And then below that is a list of all the other features. So for the Arteria Key Lab, we can see it has hands-on control, has 8 performance pads, and Analog Lab instruments. The Novation has 16 pads, so that's 8 more than the Arturia, and dedicated transport controls. But if you really want to get into the details of what they have, then you'll scroll down to here. What I do wish is that you could see the names of each of them as you scroll down like this. But anyway, we have the type. They're all keyboard controllers. They're all 61 key. And here are now how the keys, the type of keys that they are. So we have synth action, semi-weighted, and semi-weighted. And here's where they start to differ a bit. The Keystation 61 does not have any pads on it. So if you were hoping to, as per your production style, let's say you're a beat maker and you wanted to have pads, the Keystation 61 wouldn't really work for that. Now, I'm thinking, because I'm sort of a hybrid production style, I might want the Oxygen, so I'm going to click on the Oxygen. And then as we go over here, we see the same quick breakdown of the features. And it says here notably that the keys are aftertouch sensitive, which means once you press down on them, there's a little bit more response that you can get. Here we can get a good look at it like this, see all the things. Now, as you scroll down, here are recommended accessories. There's an overview, some helpful videos, everything you need to make music, loaded with smart features that pack everything you need to make music into one powerful package. Now, it's important to note that all the offerings on Sweetwater have this layout, so what we're seeing on this one, we can see on all the others. Okay, talking about the plugins here, and this is another overview with perhaps a little bit more detail. But the really helpful section here is the tech specs. This goes into detail without a lot of words and will really help you choose whether this is right for you or not. So for me, let's see, 61 keys, semi-weighted, yes. Velocity sensitive, yes. Aftertouch is a nice bonus. We have our 16 velocity sensitive pads. We have pitch and modulation wheels. 8 pots encoders, those are the knobs that you twist back and forth. And then it has 9 faders, which could function as drawbars if you were going to use an organ instrument. They could also be faders for your mixing section. Now let's see if this can be powered by external power. Bus power, cable included. Okay, so that's important because if you did want to use it with something like an iPad, you can't. Because iPad doesn't deliver enough power through USB to run this thing. So let's say that I don't want that, so I'm going to go back. So let's run down our selection again. Okay, now let's look and see the power options down here. Power supply. Okay, bus powered, and 9-volt DC. So it's looking like the KeyStation 61 is more along the lines of what I want if I want to use it with an iPad. So we'll scroll back up, look, the price. The price is actually the best out of all of them. But then I'm thinking to myself, do I really want to do iPad production? Maybe not. Well, let's go back to our search results. Because maybe I want something that's going to control my native instrument software. So now we can search by brand, and we can go to native instruments, and there's 3 options in this price range. So we have our A49 and our A61, and if you wanted the cheapest option, you had a really small amount of space, the A25 or any of the other 25 key options. So we're going to add the A61. We can only compare 4 products all at a time, so buy oxygen and compare. So these are all about the $200+ range. I'm just going to call that 200. So A61, now let's see. Just out of curiosity, USB bus powered. So this is a way that you can apply those 3 questions to help you in your search. And if you keep those 3 in mind, let's look at them again. What do you want? What are your space limitations? What are your production needs? Keep those questions in mind, and that will help you to find which controller is best for you.